And I remember you. It's best that you come and talk to the child as not instead of yelling if someone did something wrong, but more to talk to them at their level and not.
Yeah, well, first of all, you don't do it when you're angry.
Yeah.
You plan it beforehand, yes, for men's. You plan it, though. You know, I'm going to go and talk to Henry, and I'm going to have words with him about something. I will plan where I would like to go. Small plan. Keep it simple. It's only going to be a little thing. Okay, I would like Henry to leave Charles alone. Okay, now if I can get Henry to agree that probably Charles is feeling a bit miserable, being picked on, and Henry's agreed to not pick on him anymore, that's good enough in the first instance. It might have to be pursued and become a big issue later on, but do it privately, do it separate. For Henry, it's man on man. We have a serious talk and be a bit blokey. I heard there's a problem. And again, though, I'm not accusing, so therefore he can't go and bash the kid up immediately. The PCAS stuff is really good at that, where you don't accuse somebody, you talk around the problem, they can say they didn't have any involvement and you totally ignore that. You just keep puddling along. Yeah, but if he was having a problem, what do you reckon you could do? And often the child, especially from up to about year 9, 10, will say, yeah, I'll leave him alone. Yeah. And if it's a bullying situation, that might be a good start. Now, obviously, there's other steps if it gets more serious than that. But yeah, cruising around the yard, spotting what's happening, doing it quietly, deciding on how much of a big issue it is. But very rarely, except in safety circumstances, where a child is about to run across 4 lanes of traffic, I can't see a reason for yelling at a child.
No, not at all. Okay. And just maybe to finish off, if you can think off the top of your head, what would be your top 5 behaviour management tips for beginning teachers?
Control the things you can control. That's planning and lesson prep and all that sort of stuff.
Sure.
Be gentle with yourself when it doesn't work, and know that thousands of generations of teachers have gone through the same thing. Colleague support. Talk with your colleagues, maintain your networks from uni into working so that you can ring up each other or Facebook each other and discuss these sorts of things, because it might be that someone says, yeah, I had a kid like that and this is what I did. So that you're linking to other people to get ideas. Reflect on what you did. Yeah. Be aware of whether what you did was good for the kid, good for you. How could it have been done differently so that you don't do the same thing over and over again? It constantly amazes me that we hit our heads on a brick wall that hurts, so then we keep doing it over and over again. We don't reflect enough to change the plan, because that's why there's lots of letters in the alphabet and lots of numbers. You can always go to plan A, plan B, plan X, part 2, so you try another thing. Yeah. And the reflecting could be part of a PBL process or something really in depth, or it could be just knowing the child better. Gee, I didn't know that the child didn't have a father, and I told him I was going to ring up his father and he went spare. I should have known the kid better. Okay. And after that, relationships, which I mentioned at the beginning. Yeah. If you know the child and you relate to the child well, then the likelihood of the issue getting too big is smaller. And if I've got a relationship with a child and I do the wrong thing, then the child might give me enough will have built up enough social capital between us that the child will say, yeah, he's mostly okay, even though he's an idiot sometimes. And so then they'll give me back a little bit, and so I can say, sorry, I got it wrong. And the kid will accept that if I've got a relationship with them.
Great. Much for your time, Trevor.
This is a footnote or a starting point, that this teacher professional knowledge that I'm presenting is the accumulation of guidance from a truckload of teachers in a heap of schools, very talented people, and they've shared with me, I've observed them, I've learnt a lot, I've tried and failed lots and lots of times. So it's not just the gospel according to St. Short, it's just some wise eagle advice that others have given me that I've started to adapt and adopt. I remember that there's hundreds of teachers that I've learnt from and thousands of children I've learnt from who would guide me when I got it wrong.
Yeah, it's like a blocks that you put together of experience you take from everywhere, and every day is a new experience, I think.